East Coast Frank. Just coming out to look at another site. I think I'm in the right spot. It's Friday. It's a beautiful day. Let's see what we can get into today. So this is actually a bit of a larger project I'm looking at. It's for a subdivision. It's approximately 2.5 kilometers of road, possibly some lots, and of course some mulching and stuff, but just kind of in here. Pretty sure this is the right spot. Use GPS and PID to find it. It's for a developer. This is definitely the site. Looks like they've been in here and done all the proper work. They've got their drawings already done. All the geotech is done. All the planning is done. Now it's just putting a price to it and seeing what we can come up with for a price. Already I had noticed on the drawings that there was quite a bit of wetland, and yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of water here, a lot of wetland. Looks like a lot of bedrock too, a lot of bedrock, which is good to take note of because some of these cut and fills are quite drastic, so we'll see what it looks like the further in we get, but yeah, we'll see. So the main things I'm looking at is space, material, what the ground's like, you know, rock breaking, not rock breaking, drainage, things like that, road-based material. Oh, hold on, I got a call. So that was actually one of the other jobs in Seaforth. The customer wants to move ahead with that job. That's another mulching one, another building lot. So, yeah, it's not slowing down this year. If anything, this year is getting busier near the end of the year, which is slightly concerning considering winter is just around the corner. For the most part though, I mean, that type of work, mulching and stuff, that can be done in the winter. It's just whether or not the customers are willing to wait. This one in particular, that just called, unfortunately is not. Like everyone else, needs things done yesterday. Excuse me. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. So back to this one. Pretty sure what I'm looking at here is the roughed in road that they want to do, which, if that's the case, is not that bad. The material's pretty good, to be honest. It's rocky but good. Should be good for building road base. The major concern would be, I guess, fill for the low areas, because there are a few that they have to, like right here. This is one of the areas, I believe, in the drawing where they want to not necessarily bridge this, but equal it out a bit better and take some of the slopes out on either side, because this area over here I think is designated as wetland. So they have to put in a fancy drainage system there if we were to do it. I hear the subtle beeping of a machine in the distance, so I'm assuming somebody's in here doing perk tests or test pits of some sort. So I was just saying to myself in the woods, this is definitely the wetland, one of the wetlands. They want to cross. There's all kinds of frogs and tadpoles in there. The weird thing is this side isn't quite as bad now that they've got the material in here. But a lot of cobble, which is good for road building. Same with this side, same thing. It's wet, but it's got lots of cobble. And then straight into a big hill right here, which I'm gonna make an assumption is got a lot of rock in it. We'll see if there's a test pit up here at the top or not. Yeah, just as I suspected. The ridge is rock. There and there. So I would say this whole thing is rock, which means potentially rock breaking to get this road in. Again, lots of rock ledge, which I believe, I'd have to review the drawing, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the spots that was cut to do some leveling. And yeah, you ain't gonna cut much there. It's gonna be breaking. Another decent sized rock ledge. There's a lot of rock out here. A lot of rock. That looks like a whole other set of issues on the other side of that rock, I'll tell you that. It goes down pretty quickly, so I think we'll finish walking this main road first, and we'll take a peek at that. So this is what I'm talking about when I say I'm looking at what the ground is like. You see a lot of rock and cobble, and it looks like a fairly substantial layer of it at that, even where it isn't shelf, and a little bit of till on top. So ideal for road building, to be honest. Maybe not so ideal when you want to change grades so much, but as far as building a road, like, you can borrow from other areas. Like, say if you were going to cut here to level this out, and you can actually shave a lot of this off, ditch, and you create a lot of material to use for your base just by doing that. So there is possibilities here. Again, here's another hill section where, like I said before, I'm pretty sure there's a cut detail here, and yeah, it's going to be hard to cut. Oop. That is going to be hard to cut. That is some pretty solid looking rock. There's some fractures, but not many, and it appears as though they've been pulling at this with a fairly big machine too, and if that hasn't moved it, I'm guessing you're gonna have to blast. So we went from the top of the hill there where we had all that rock down to here, which, I don't know, that behind me is rock. And what's in front of me is rock too. So just to give you an idea of scale, it's a lot of rock. Of course the camera angle probably wasn't the best, but yeah. There's a lot of rock here. And again, like I said before, it's got some fractures, but not a lot. It's looking pretty solid. Just for, oh wow, there's a stake up there. Geez, just for comparison, here I am. There's the rock cliff. There's a lot of rock. And then here's the bottom of the hill. Which is another wetland. So you always think, you know, you have the worst luck or the baddest day, or things are too hard. And then a customer asks you to come look at a project and you see that your day maybe is not as bad as some others. That's brutal, and that ain't coming out anytime soon. It looks like they made a few attempts here, got pumps set up and a couple of machines, but it ain't coming out. So duly noted, it's kind of soft right there. It's actually not that hard to see why. This is all, what I'm standing on now is all rock cliff. This is all rock cliff the whole way down along here, along this edge. So all this material and rocks and muck is stuck in this wetland here. Looks like they made a pretty decent attempt at trying to get it out using some logs and old tricks, but that puppy ain't coming out of there. So I suppose, in hindsight, as long as my day doesn't get as bad as that guy, we're okay. It looks like that's as far as they've gone so far. For obvious reasons. I can see why. Like I said, it looks like they made some attempts here to try to get it out, but not happening. Anyway, I'm going to continue on my walk, see what else we can find. Wow, that was a long walk. So I guess I'm going to call this site visit done and head on to the next one. I'm not sure if our equipment's the right fit for here, but I'll talk to the customer and see what they're thinking about that rock and see how they want to tackle it. I mean, honestly, the better way to deal with it probably would be to blast it, and that's not something that I'm going to do. So, transparency, you know, maybe I don't get this part, but I get something else. I don't know. So we'll talk it over and see what they have to say, and I'm off to the next one. So, with that traffic being the end of my Friday, we are calling that a video. I don't know. We're gonna start doing some mulching again Monday, so that'll be good. Today was a lot of running around, looking at a lot of stuff, a lot of phone calls. So, yeah, this week's over, on to the weekend. It's my father's birthday this weekend, so we're gonna have some fun down at the cottage again, and hopefully hook into some good bass. So we'll see you there.